What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another film review, and today we're taking a look at Slenderman, which is a movie which came out in like 2015, 2016, 2017, and I didn't watch it when it first came out, I'm gonna be honest, but I finally got around to watching it the other day, and I know Slenderman exists, but my knowledge of Slenderman is very small. Apparently, according to people, that Slenderman is a real story. I don't know how true that is. I'm not very knowledgeable on Slenderman. I just know that there's a game where you have to find 7 note pages before he kills you in a forest. That's all I know about the Slenderman lore. I know he's a white-faced dude who's bald and has no face. He's just got a white head and he wears a suit and he's got tentacles. That is all I know of Slenderman, and I do believe that's all the movie knows about Slenderman, because there's been a lot of backlash about this movie, but going in with no prior knowledge to Slenderman, I'll see what my opinions are of this movie. So without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say. This has an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is excruciatingly low. That is one of the lowest movies that I've ever seen on Rotten Tomatoes. It has a 3.3 out of 10 on IMDb and a 2 out of 5 on Common Sense. It is a horror mystery that is 1 hour and 40 minutes, and you can watch it on Netflix, Google Play, Sky, and Amazon Prime. Fascinated by the internet and more of Slenderman, 4 friends attempt to summon him. However, things get out of hand when one of them mysteriously goes missing. So, how the story opens up is they're all at school, they're all best buds, they're all friends, they're all happy-go-dandy characters, and the boys are having a top secret mission, and they're gonna summon Slenderman at the nighttime. The girls decide to do it themselves, they summon Slenderman, and they start having nightmares and visions of Slenderman, and the boys chickened out at their party, so the boys never actually did it. They start having visions and dreams of stuff that's gonna happen in the future, and also of this forest, this gate, and this tree, and Slenderman himself. They then go to school, and they don't talk about it. Like, they don't admit that they're having these nightmares to each other. And they then lose one of their friends. They go missing. One of their friends goes missing. They just disappear completely. And when they disappear, they end up walking around aimlessly, trying to find their friend. They get their house broken into by the friend's dad. They then sort of go to his house, break into his house, and try and find clues. They see a load of pictures, which you see in the game, on her desk. They steal her laptop and find out she's been talking to this kitty girl online, who's been telling her all about Slenderman. They contact Kitty and try and work out how to get rid of Slenderman, and she's like, you have to make him an offering. So they take everything that they love. One girl takes the picture of her dad, her last picture of her dad before he died. Another girl takes a pillowcase, the last thing her nan knitted before she died. And then another girl took, I forgot what the other girl took, it wasn't that important, I'm gonna be honest. And they get told to put these blindfolds on. Slenderman comes to get them. One girl takes it off, looks him in the eye, and then runs away, screaming. She then comes back, and she doesn't go to school for like 3 weeks, and she's gone absolutely insane. The other girl is like, holy shit, yeah, let's go to the library, learns all about Slenderman. The other girl doesn't believe, and doesn't care, and doesn't want to get involved, because she has a date tonight. Oh my god, she has a date with a boy. She then has Slenderman attack her while she's with the boy, and she sees Slenderman in the woods. She then tries to text her friend, and is like, oh my god, I believe Slenderman, I believe Slenderman. She then has a nightmare about Slenderman, having more visions and premonitions. She then tries to text the kitty girl again, but that kitty girl is actually her best friend, who took her sister to see Slenderman. Her sister then starts screaming, yelling, and crying, and having a fit. She then goes to hospital. She is asleep. She then wakes up, has another fit, and screaming, crying, in pain. She says that she saw someone with a white face, so then the sister runs to her friend's house. Her friend gets ripped out the window by a tree, and their house is being attacked by Slenderman. Slenderman can travel through walls, doors, and halls, and she then goes into the woods to give herself up so then her sister can live, and she gets absorbed into a tree, but after she says she's going to give herself up, she tries to run and escape, and when she's absorbed by the tree, her sister starts screaming like, for her sister, and then the movie ends. I'm gonna be honest, the twist of the other girl, like, Joey King, being the main villain, genuinely caught me off guard. I didn't expect that girl to be the character, because we saw Joey King messaging the cat, like, lady online. So, if she was why was we showing her messaging her if they're the same person? Like, that didn't make sense, unless that was Slenderman playing a trick on her. I don't fucking get it. I don't understand. They keep comparing Slenderman to a virus as well, comparing him to computer stuff, and I don't know how accurate that is. Again, I don't know too much about the Slenderman lore, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like he's a computer virus, and it does feel like there's a way to get rid of him, and there should have been a way to get rid of him. All 4 of the girls die at the end of this movie, and that shit's insane. Like, having them all be killed off is a wild choice, and I expected at least one of them to survive, but no, they all died. And then the ending of the movie was narrated by her sister, and the ending was really weird, because it went just them, like, a camera moving around their school, which I don't fucking get. Is that, like, other people talking to Slenderman, talking about Slenderman, and the sort of thing passing around? There was a random scene where a girl got pregnant and, like, roots started bursting out of her stomach. That scene just wasn't needed. That was grim. That was gross and random. These kids, they're kids, right? They're kids. Why the fuck would you make a scene where one of them was preggers? Like, I do believe they're still in, like, high school, or supposedly in high school, in this movie. So, why the fuck would you make one of them pregnant? That shit is a wild, wild choice. Slenderman made a teenage girl pregnant. Slenderman is a pedophile. That is exactly what this film fucking told you. That shit was insane to me. Like, what the fuck? Slenderman impregnated a teenage girl. That is wild. That is insane. That is not something I expected to see in this movie, and I hope to never see again. Like, that is awful. That is grim. And then we also have another fucking grim factor, of, like, we actually see Slenderman, like, on top of the girl at one point, when they're, like, the girl and the guy, which have zero chemistry, by the way. This girl and guy, they get together, they share one smile and giggle, they go on one date, which gets cut short by Slenderman, and then he avoids her for the rest of the time because Slenderman is now after him. None of that shit gets explained, none of that shit gets talked about. Like, the fact that he's now being hunted by Slenderman never gets shown again. He saw, like, the Slenderman, like, grip around his wrist, and that was it. That was all we get shown, and now he's avoiding the girl because he thinks she gave him Slenderman issues. But if she did give you Slenderman issues, surely you would go and ask about them and try and find out how to get rid of the Slenderman issues, instead of avoiding her and just trying to tank Slenderman on your own. Slenderman either kidnaps you, makes you go insane, or kills you. They're your options. I think the third one is best. First or third one is best. Going insane and not sort of being all there. You still get to live, but you're not all there. Or death. Death seems good as well. Slenderman was moving. He was moving. He was standing on business in the final fight when he was chasing the girl at the end. He was moving, and I thought that was really badass. Seeing Slenderman maneuver himself like that was cool as shit. He was running through the trees with, like, big old spider legs, looking menacing, using shadows and shit. I thought that was great. He didn't really have a sound. He had a judder. He made the camera around the main character judder like a spider sense. It was like a Slender sense, where you could feel that Slenderman was coming and was close by, and then the creepy shit started to happen. So it didn't just happen out of the blue, you knew it was coming, so it took away all the scare factor, because you knew Slenderman was coming, because you heard the sound, and which was just like a couple of clicks, which is like his bones and his body moving, because he doesn't move normally. He clicks and cracks and, like, crumbles. I don't fucking know how to explain it, but he doesn't make normal sounds, normal monster sounds. He doesn't groan, he doesn't do anything like that. He sort of clicks and cracks. And I'm gonna be honest, the movie isn't brilliant, but there is some points in the movie which I do definitely question. I do think it was okay as a horror movie, because I didn't expect the twist, and Slenderman was kind of, like, moving mad towards the end, which I did quite like. And it is a movie where all the characters died, which we don't really get too much of those often, and that was a genuine shock to me, and genuinely caught me by surprise. But yeah, I'm going to give it like a 5 out of 10. I think it's a quite mid film. Definitely has its flaws. It has a lot of flaws, really. But I don't think it's as bad as what everyone makes it out to be. I could be wrong. There could be other things about this movie that I'm not too familiar with, like the fact that it's based on a real story, or some other things. I'm not too sure. I thought it was mid. I probably would not watch it again, and I probably don't recommend that you go watch it for yourself, because it's creepy and weird as shit. So, other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next one. Hope you all have an excellent day, and goodbye. And I'm not saying it's creepy in a good way. It's not like a creepy in a horror movie way, it's creepy in like a sort of pedophilic way.